From Good Morning Football and NFL Network, our buddy Kyle Brandt is here on the program. And you said going to break, this is is it still legit World Series 84?
1984 World Series, Sparky Anderson, a young Kirk Gibson, Al Trammell, Sweet Lou Whitaker.
Oh, yeah?
And I wear it because the people of Detroit know that I'm from Chicago and I don't want to get jumped in the streets.
That makes sense.
It's Kevlar,
That's smart. That's smart.
I'm thrilled to be here. Great to see you, TJ. Great to see you, Dieter from Sprockets. It's always good to be here.
Now we dance.
That's it.
By the way, I didn't think that Dieter from Sprockets. That's not
It's
right.
draft day, and he says, happy as a little girl. That's right. I'm getting
Now
nervous
we
when I get on the
dance.
show, Rich. I really mean it. And I'll tell you why. Because the call comes in, you get invited. Sure, of course.
Yeah.
And then as I've told you before, the show is very well booked. So I've had experiences where sure, I'll come on. And then the list comes out, and it's like, join the Rich Eisen Show, Roger Goodell, Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Kyle Brandt from Good Morning Football, and Daniel Day-Lewis. I'm like, what am I doing here? I'm going to talk about Good Morning Football, which isn't even on right now. What am I doing?
Well,
I'm thrilled for the invite, though.
What you're doing is you're showing up in
I miss it, man. I miss it.
Sparky Anderson chic that we've had.
That's all we got, Sparky.
That's it. I think he's wearing what you're wearing.
Look at Costas on the left.
What is Costas?
The full blow-dry 80s beauty. That is so great. It's the same jacket.
And I guess that must be a Tigers
fantastic.
executive whose name escapes me. He must be
who is that guy?
Probably on the phone with Ronald Reagan.
I
bet.
don't know. It looks like a
Being
Tom Bosley,
congratulated.
but I don't think it's him. Great picture. Nimble
Look
staff
at
here.
that. That's it. That is Costas. Look at the baby.
That's really
face
cool. He's in
Costas.
all of it. I think he was 12 in that picture. Great shot.
Oh my gosh. Fantastic.
Beautiful.
An excellent choice.
Thank you.
Excellent choice.
Thank you.
Going outside the lane, doing a little baseball.
Yes. And Rich, lest anyone think that I'm wearing this just to suck up to the Detroit fans,
Yes.
I'll take it off. So
Hold on.
pure objective.
Hold on a second. We just come. Hold on.
wow.
Look at that.
There we go. All right. So it's
Hold
not
on.
about
One
Detroit,
second. I got
guys.
to do a read. We're back on the Rich Eisen Show Radio Network. I'm sitting at the Rich Eisen Show desk, furnished by Grainger with supplies and solutions for every industry.
Yes.
Grainger has the right product for you. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Kyle Brandt, who said he was wearing his Detroit Tigers baseball jacket because it was Sparky Anderson chic, and wants to make everyone understand that he's not being gratuitous to the Detroit fans here, and then took it off, and you've got a Pistons sweatshirt on.
Laundry was
TJ.
piling up at home. It's all I had. And by the end of the segment, you guys, I got some Red Wings briefs underneath it. I'm going to show off, all right? I got it covered.
Kyle is the wrestler who goes into the hometown and then shouts out the crowd just so he gets cheers.
It's like RC
And then
Cooley.
the next town, you do the
Next town
same
over,
crowd.
do the same bit.
Exactly right.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
you, Detroit.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
313.
Shout out to Kelly Tripucka.
That's right. Kelly Tripucka chic.
Tripucka chic.
That's great. Rich, we got to talk about this bank. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, we
So,
found a bank.
We are in the set of Heat. I know this is where they did the movie.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
And Val Kilmer's walking around with the giant suitcase, and Gano, sit there, let it bleed. It's great. I feel like, and then tonight, Kayla Williams is going to get a call from Chicago Bears. And
Yes,
it's going
sir.
to be Ryan Poles. This guy, I'm talking to an empty telephone because there's a Chicago Bear at the other end of this bleeping line. Click! Guys at home and the girls at home, it looks just like the bank in Heat. I feel like Pacino is outside with an Uzi, and the guy from Silence of the Lambs who gets killed is there. It's not just a regular bank.
Silence of the Lambs.
Remember? I want to block on Flower and Figueroa. He's outside.
You get killed
It looks
walking
like the
your
Heat
doggy.
Bank.
And he was the one who put the lotion in the basket.
Exactly.
Same
right.
actor.
Don't you
whoever
hurt
that-
my dog, Ted Levine or Levine. He's the guy.
You don't
He's
know
the
what
guy.
pain is.
You know. Exactly. Wild horses.
By the way,
R.I.P.
spoken like a true Chicago sports fan, wondering if it's Levine or Levine.
I don't know. I don't.
It's like Zach. Was it Zach's dad?
Yeah,
Is that
I think he might have been Zach's dad. What a perfect pull. I think he might have been an uncle, at least. Oh, my God.
Was she a great
Shout out, Neil McCauley. We love you. Rest in peace.
Oh my gosh, Kyle Brandt
Yeah,
here.
spoiler alert.
It is today the last day of you being a Bears fan for the way you've been a Bears fan. Is today the day the generationally talented quarterback arrives and your entire Bears fan existence is no longer the operative way of being a Bears fan? Is that happening?
Brockman was over there bitching about how long the first pick takes, okay? And he was like, get it over with. No. Take your sweet time. Take every second.
Savor
Make it a buzzer beater, Chicago
Oh.
Bears. Dive with the card. And you know why? Because this will be the last time the Bears ever have the #1 overall pick as long as I am breathing air. This is it. 2 years in a row they got it. This is the last time. Rich, I'm looking at Caleb. And remember when we were heavy into the Game of Thrones?
Yes.
The Khaleesi gave a speech. and she said, we're all just spokes on a wheel. It's the Starks, Targaryens, Lannisters, just spokes on a wheel, spins round and round, and Tyrion's not impressed. He goes, oh yeah, you're going to stop the wheel. A lot of people have tried that. And Khaleesi says, I'm not going to stop the wheel. I'm going to break the wheel. Caleb needs to break the wheel. And Caleb is the breaker of wheels, the breaker of chains. I think they have a first-time rock star since 1985 when it was Jim McMahon and won the Super Bowl. I think tonight's a very special night for the Chicago Bears. I really do.
I can't blame you for feeling
Very
that
special.
way. I can't blame you for feeling that way, and I can't blame you for even having a tinge of wondering if the trapdoor is still there. But I think the days of where you and I being in the same boat, where you look at the Chiefs and it's just like, how does that feel? Or this guy who had 20 years of the GOAT, like, how did that feel? Like, I would love to know how that feels. I think
I can tell you how the 90s felt for me.
Do you remember?
Well,
in
no, but
particular. That's
that
fading,
too.
but I can kind of remember.
You had it.
I did.
I've never had it. You know what I mean?
So would you
or a
remember that?
Seahawk fan, you know, when Russ was Russ and they were cooking, and before, you know, they created all those memories of those photographs that they took down. And so, you know, you put it all together, and you got to wonder if tonight is your night. And I don't blame you for feeling that way.
And it's a perfect city, Detroit, Michigan. The embarrassment for decades, the Detroit Lions. And now we're one of the coolest stories in the league because they made a few good moves and a few good picks.
Yes.
When I walked over here, we walked here from the hotel. There's already many, many, many people lining up outside the barricades, and we're hours from the draft pick. And I was seeing somebody online saying, man, why did they get there that early? Imagine getting there that early as a grown man. I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. That's so naive. Because they are selling that sweet, sweet dopamine called hope. And hope is a dangerous thing, but it is also a completely validating, intoxicating thing. And those people who are 7 hours early, they may nail their draft picks tonight, and they may win the Super Bowl in 2 years. For a terrible team picking in the top 5, it happens that quick. I remember how Chiefs fans were before that Mahomes pick. Yeah. I remember Cowboys fans before and since that. I remember Patriots fans before. We all do. It can change everything tonight, and I think it's going to change for the Bears. I do.
Oh. And then there's the 9th overall pick, too.
It's so good.
Which is a cherry on top.
It's so good.
It really is. And so let me go, our buddy Daniel Jeremiah thinks it's Olu Fashanu.
Is that true?
It's what he thinks.
Okay.
And he thinks Odunze would be there.
Yeah.
And the Bears would turn that down and take something for their line.
Schrager has Rome Odunze. A lot of people do. I've gone back and forth on this. And first of all, I want to make sure everybody knows it's not just some coincidence or some good luck that they have the 1 and the 9. It's good general managing, it's good ideas, it's good movement. Sure, it's losing, but you don't just luck into that. I've gone back and forth on this, Rich. Originally, I was thinking Caleb's coming in. And remind me, Rich, how old is your youngest?
She's 12.
Okay.
No, she's 10. My youngest son is 13.
All right, so I have a 10-year-old as well.
Okay.
I remember when the baby was coming, and you do something that they call nesting, okay? Where the baby's coming and you get the nursery ready and you get the white noise machine and you paint it the perfect color and the mobile and everything. And Brockman, you know, because yours is younger.
Oh, yeah.
The Bears are nesting for Caleb right now. The baby's coming. And they're checking every Pantone color, what promotes confidence, what promotes happiness. We're going to make this child work. We're going to play Beethoven. We're going to have it all. So to that point, do you continue to nest with another toy in Rome Odunze at 9? I'm actually past it, Rich. I'm team trade back at 9.
Oh.
I'm team trade back.
Okay.
Because I think they have prepared the nursery. Caleb Williams in his first game is going to break the huddle with Cole Kmet, Gerald Everett, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and DeAndre Swift. Those are his guys. That's a squad right there. I think take a lineman maybe, but I like to trade back because next year you get a pick next year, first round, second round. You'll have played with Caleb for a year. You'll know what kind of toys he likes to play with, and then you have another one. We're talking about the Bears hitting it again. I'm team trade back.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Also because they have 4 draft picks.
I know.
2 in the top 10, and then 2 smoke them if you got them for the rest of the 2 days.
So get some more.
Maybe you can get some more.
I know.
I don't know, but turning down a Odunze.
I know.
It would be a tough row to hoe. I mean,
What about line insurance, Kyle? I mean, you come out to LA, you're not going to buy a new Maybach and not get the top insurance, right? You want to protect what you just buy.
I agree. Which I think I would get maybe a lineman, or I would get maybe defense, or I would get more picks. Ryan Poles has earned the credibility we're giving him to know he's going to do the right thing with those picks. The defense was good. The offense was good. I think they're going to be ready this year. It's a very exciting time, Rich. Maybe they'll take a player at 9. I'm not going to boo it. I just love that they're at the 1 and the 9. They're ready.
Kyle Brandt here on the Rich Eisen Show. What else are you looking forward to seeing in the draft tonight? What's your opinion there?
We've been asking the question this morning, the most intriguing player. You know, just something to chew on, okay? I think Penix is fascinating, all right? Because the stock is down, and then now the day of the draft, it's going further down, depending who you listen to, further up. If he clears the late first round, the late single digits, the teens, he gets in, I think it gets really interesting then. And I don't just want to just shout Cowboys into a crowded theater, but they're at 24. They never move up. They don't do that in the first round. The last time they did in the first round was from Morris Claiborne years ago. If he gets in striking distance, I'm watching Dallas. Because there is a trend in the league right now of guys just looking at their quarterback who they like, who perform, who are good people and good teammates, and saying, I just think it's time. The Vikings moved on from Cousins. The Lions moved on from Stafford. The Packers moved on from Rodgers. Is it time? Does Jerry Jones have it in him for one last hurrah to say, Dak, we love you. We've been fantastic, but I think it's just time. I would stand and applaud if the Cowboys drafted a first-round quarterback tonight.
Ooh. I would absolutely love if that happened tonight, because I having you put that into my world, what I'm thinking, I'm now going to finally put out there.
Let's go.
Okay. For Jerry Jones to say that he's going all in.
Come on.
And then his definition of all in is nothing like the definition of everyone else's version of all in. I mean, and we were talking about the other day, I mean, he's from Texas, okay, where you know, the concept of all in was created for a poker game named after Texas, okay? Right. And for him to go ahead and have a grand total of 6 signings, that's what all in is. And then his concept of going all in, and there they are right there, NFL.com free agency tracker. And by the way, we have been referring to this all free agency long, like the Jerry Lewis telethon. We've been updating. We've been hitting timpani.
They've been very disrespectful.
No.
Because you got to put some respect on our long snappers.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. No. I mean, it's with a grand total of 6 maneuvers. 4 of your own guys being re-signed, only 2 guys, and then so we put up a tote board, and that's Jerry. That's Jerry Jones's head on Jerry Lewis's actual body.
See, that 6 is going to represent the next Super Bowl.
And then we update the tote board. It's 6.
It's only at 6.
It's only at 6.
Call in now, guys. Jim J. Bullock and Captain and Tennille are standing by. You never know. You might get lucky, and they're happy to take your pledges for the Cowboys to do anything resembling all in.
Leighton Vander Esch is standing
He's here.
by.
We got Dat Nguyen, folks. He'll take all your calls. We'd love to have you. Miles Austin is sitting there with a corded phone. Please call.
We never thought as to who would be the people at the phone banks. We never thought about that. But I appreciate it.
By the way.
My long-winded, long-winded setup of saying that if the ultimate is now the way to actually supplement this roster going all in is using draft choices, and he uses his most valuable draft choice on a quarterback, that would be off the charts.
That's all in right there.
With Trey Lance already sitting there.
Right.
I mean, you've got the 3rd overall pick. Like, Sean Payton's got the 2nd overall pick from the 2021 draft. Dallas has the 3rd overall pick from the 2021 draft. The Jacksonville Jaguars have the 15th overall pick, and the Steelers have the 11th overall selection. And for Dallas to use that draft choice on Penix would be off the
it'd be amazing.
Well, it's content Mardi Gras for sure for us.
Yes.
A couple of things would have to happen. They would have to obviously love Penix or whoever the quarterback is. They would have to have seen Trey Lance and not like what they have in him. And they would have to look at the finances of Dak and say, we love you, Dak. We love you. I think we're going to restart this thing. And it'd be wild. Their heads would explode. But I'm here for it.
So you're also thinking right now, what Too Close to Comfort was Jim J. Bullock's best
absolutely.
work ever?
Well, that and Hollywood Squares. I know him from the Squares.
I'll take Jim J. Bullock for the block have been said on planet Earth.
Who do you think Jim J was above, Rich? I picture him above Jackie the Joke Man Martling, and I think Whoopi was the center square for a while. I don't remember, but Jim J was crushing it on Hollywood Squares.
He was bottom center a lot.
He was our generation's Rip Taylor.
That's true.
Without the confetti.
That's great. I love it.
He used to mug so much you figured he'd have a handle on the side of his head.
Shadow Stevens was always on Squares.
Shadow Stevens.
This is good.
Shadow Stevens.
This is good. They're on the telethon.
What are the Cowboys up to? I mean, honestly, what in the world the reaction by Jerry Jones to being one and done by the Green Bay Packers is something that's going to reverberate, still is, where he's saying basically what he told Jane Slater, our colleague, who was on Good Morning Football with you today.
That's tomorrow.
And she, his answer about that he is that they are working on contracts for Dak and CeeDee Lamb and Micah, even if they're not actually working on them. He's thinking about it at 2 in the morning. It's bothering him. He's thinking about it, which is enough for him because he's an option quarterback that it has every possible inch left before the boundary for him to pitch it. But if he does pitch it, he wants to see more leaves on the tree or see more plays. And it was just some wild answer, And then Schefter sitting in this seat yesterday and Pelissero with no socks also came here.
He said a lot of anger yesterday.
And both of them say that there has been no meaningful conversation on a contract for Dak, and he's the first domino that has to fall.
It's because they're getting ready to draft Penix. Here's what I feel, Rich. My question every year for the Cowboys, and I ask it respectfully, how is this Cowboys team different? Are they special? It seems to be kind of always the same team. So to your point, as we're getting ready for the draft, where everything's fresh and everything's new, and we're going to go all in, what news nugget do I see scrolling across the bottom of the screen? They might have a reunion with Ezekiel Elliott. Come on, guys. What? That's what we're doing. I love Zeke. He's a great Cowboy. He jumped in a kettle once a long time ago. We got to do something bold. We got to. And I don't know if it's drafting a quarterback, but I don't see anything different. The coach isn't different. The quarterback isn't different. They have a good wide receiver. I've seen a lot of those with them. It's great. I'd like them to be different. This would be the all-time different.
Maybe Miles Austin is next.
Maybe Miles Austin is next. Wherever you are, Miles Austin, standing by to take your calls.
I mean, the piercing blue eyes.
Bringing in Antonio Bryant.
Miles Austin, people forget this. Dated Kim Kardashian very briefly. Yeah. There's TMZ pictures of them going out on a date to Casa Vega or something in the Valley. I don't know what it was, but I always remember him for that. He was one of the ones. Early, too.
You said one of the ones.
Early.
Quincy Carter's on.
Quincy Carter's online.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Chad, all right.
Drew Henson,
yes.
Speaking about being back in the state of Michigan here.
Yes.
So Good Morning Football's on tomorrow.
It's on tomorrow, and it's on Saturday, too.
Saturday as well. Great. Are you doing anything with the draft? Are you doing?
Yes.
What are you doing?
I'm going to be in the fan pits tonight. I'm going to be in each scrum, Broncos scrum, Bills scrum, whoever it is, and I'm going to find whoever is the MVP of that scrum, and I'm going to ask them their thoughts on the pick. We're going to do the NFL social channels, all that. I'm going to have the microphone. I'm going to be uncaged. It's going to be awesome.
What is there any qualifications going in for any fans that might be hearing this right now?
Yes.
That would make them stand out as worthy of being selected by you, Kyle?
More is more, folks. That's the word is extra. If you want to do the face paint and the mohawk and the headband or the semi-nudity, I'm looking for you, my friend, or my female friend, whoever it may be. I will find the MVP. We'll scream about the pick and hopefully have some fun. So that is tonight. I'm very excited, Rich, to watch the 40. I know this is 20 years. This is very, very, very cool. And I know you gave me a little teaser of it during the commercial. I'm not going to give anything away, but I know it was a very special one. Congratulations.
It was, man. Yeah, at the Rose Bowl. And the kind of crazy thing is that with each passing day, we did it Sunday, with each passing day, my hamstrings are getting sore. Don't you think it should actually be better by now? It's getting worse.
Well, if you train,
it's great stuff. If you'd ever wish to supplement the work you do with St. Jude Children's Hospital, Rich, I will not run, but I'd be happy to bench press for you. I think I can bang out a few reps.
By the way, this is a new
That's right.
continuation and evolution of the run. We take it to Kyle now. You hand the baton to him, and he does a bench press.
Bench Kyle bench. That's a different hashtag.
Every year he tries to do 225, as many as he can.
Say the word, Rich. Whenever you're ready, I'd be happy to do it. I love the project. It's fantastic.
Next thing you know, we'll get Colleen Wolfe to jump, then we'll take her vertical.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital would love it. I think they would love all of these ideas.
Great idea.
I remember back in 18 at the draft in Dallas. I was doing the same thing as you, jumping in each team scrum, kind of getting people's reactions. And you were there a second before me in every team's group until I got kicked out.
Is that true?
Yeah, I got kicked out, but you didn't.
Why?
So.
You weren't credentialed? You're supposed to.
We didn't have the right credential.
We didn't have the right. But see, I spent the day before going all over the stadium, so I knew a way to get down on the field, and I got down on the field, and I was doing my thing, and then this lady saw me, and she was like, "You're not supposed to be here," and she had security kick me out.
Oh my gosh.
But
I remember being there, and Rich was on the call, and they actually showed me, and you go, "There's Kyle Brandt with zero regard for his call time," because I was doing the morning show. I was wearing a shirt at the time that said free Josh Rosen because the Cardinals were going to take Kyler number 1, and he was there. Time goes fast, guys. Time goes fast.
Well, Kyle, 2017 draft in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I'm next to you on the stage when the Bears trade up to take Mitch Trubisky. I saw the sadness
I was enraged.
on your face then, and I'm excited for your joy tonight.
It's like
friend.
a bookend.
That's what I mean.
It's a bookend.
My Bears friends are going to feel the same as Kyle.
All right, let's break the wheel, Bears fans. We're going to break the wheel tonight. That's it.
Exactly. It's like the Mitchell Trubisky moment. Was like when Whitman, Price, and Haddad were discovered like that they were no longer alive, and then by the end it was a total comeuppance.
So great,
right?
Basking in the Maui sun. There they are. And then they found their skulls.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Exactly, right?
Wait a second.
And it was finally revealed, in The Running Man. Tonight's the night where it's all good, only in a rerun, all of that stuff.
Yes.
It's all good, man.
Well, that hit the spot. That's what I want Bears fans to say tonight.
Tonight's the night.
That's right.
Tonight's the night. A couple things before you go. Maybe if a fan brings livestock tonight, I don't know if that's going to be allowed to be in there. I would like to see Cade Stover's cow here tonight, or all weekend long to be brought on stage when Cade Stover gets drafted. Just have the cow somehow, some way around here in Detroit. I mean, Ohio's not too far away, and then we just have him come out and massage the cow in front of the entire draft audience.
We have precedent. I remember Tack McKinley bringing the portrait. I believe it was his grandmother.
Yes, indeed.
I remember Garrett Bowles bringing his son Kingston Bowles and holding him aloft.
Like the Lion King?
Exactly. And of course, I remember Rocky the orangutan making the pick in the late round, the Mike Mayock special.
I believe it was Grover Stewart.
It was definitely Grover.
He drafted a very good player.
And Mike said, if we don't get back to talking Big Grove right now, I'm going to walk off. He knew him so well, he's calling him Big Grove, like he just knew it all. So there's precedent. Let's get the cow.
Right. He was so angry.
Very angry.
When he said, if we get the ape back, that would be a big problem. And it's just like, Mike, I don't mean to correct you, but it's an orangutan.
Yes.
Which sent him further into a complete rage.
That's good.
So there's that. And
I'm a fan of the massaging cow, the tight end. I'm a fan of. I remember there was the story about Jordy Nelson was that he would work on a farm in Kansas, and that's how he stayed in shape. And he would bale hay, and he would I don't know how to say this. He would impregnate the calves, not himself, of course. That's impossible and illegal. But I think he would do it with a device.
Right.
Jordy would do that in the office.
It's a thing. Yeah,
it's true. You
maybe
can
that's why he didn't get drafted until like the third round. It was a red flag. People didn't know what he was doing.
Maybe that's why his hands were so good.
That's a red flag.
So true.
That's what we call a red flag. Good to have you, Kyle.
It's always so much. I get nervous to hear, and then I have so much fun. Thank you so much for having me.
Let's just go straight to the fun next time.
Let's do it.
It would be great next time that you come on the show. We have in Detroit. I mean, if you want to come on next couple days. You got it. Oh, it's there in the monitor.
Oh, Cameron!
You wear your Red Wings.
Okay, this is perfect.
Cameron collection.
Cameron Fry from Chicago, representing Detroit.
That's what I'm
like
saying.
Me. It's exactly right.
That's it.
Gordie Howe jersey. That's so cool. God, you guys are quick here.
Next
Love you,
up.
Cam.
That's next up. Thanks for being here, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
Kyle Brandt, everybody. Check out Good Morning Football on NFL Network Friday and Saturday for everything that happens tonight and Friday, and preview Saturday's coverage right here on The Rich Eisen Show.
Catch The Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.